welcome to the DLC 2021 annual event. Virtual again this year, but no less fabulous. I'm so excited to be able to introduce you to our MC of the event this year, Oshale O'Day. Also so excited to show you my beautiful jewelry. This is all from Hamilton Hill. Hamilton Hill is a beautiful jewelry boutique on Brightleaf Square in Durham, North Carolina. And not only are we all wearing incredible jewels from Hamilton Hill today, but the owner has also contributed to our grand prize raffle. So stay tuned, look at our beautiful jewelry. I have beautiful pearl and stone earrings and golden quartz necklace. So let's get started. It's going to be a great day.
Hello, I'm Oshale O'Day, your host for today's event, and I'm here to introduce you to our providers. I'm wearing some beautiful Hamilton Hill jewelry myself, but let's go ahead and get started. First up, we have our wonderful medical esthetician, Jenny Jahu. And she is wearing amazing Hamilton Hill jewelry as well. Check out how beautiful silver hoop earrings. Thank you so much, Jenny. You'll see her a little bit later on. Next up, we also have our amazing physician's assistant, Leanne McGill. Step on up, Leanne. And she is wearing amazing Hamilton Hill jewelry as well. We have this double lariat pearl accented necklace and her opal blue earrings. Thank you so much, Leanne. You'll see her later on as well. And we also have our amazing nurse practitioner, Carly Wagner. And she is wearing diamonds. Yes, you heard that right. Diamond necklace and earrings. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, after all. Thank you, Carly. So this hour is our laser hour. It's very exciting, featuring Sciton lasers. You're going to see some great demos going on this hour. And we're also going to have some raffles as well. And you'll have an opportunity to win some great prizes. So I just want to go over some of our great offers for this live hour. Now, as you know, our event is going on, and you have an opportunity to purchase a red carpet pass. That's right. You can call in right now, and the pass is $250. You can purchase a pass, and that is going to be your golden ticket into all of our amazing specials that are going on for today. So I'm going to go over the specials real quick. You may already be familiar, but for those of you watching at home who are not familiar, I'll go ahead and let you know. Now, with the purchase of a red carpet virtual pass, you have an opportunity to get 20% off single cosmetic treatments, 10% off our amazing packages, as long as you are scheduled by November 30th. And we also have 20% off our amazing skincare products going on this week. Up until Friday, so you definitely want to take advantage of that. So these are some of the great specials. We also have our grand prizes. So that's another thing. With the purchase of the red carpet pass, you will have an opportunity to be entered in to win our 2 grand prizes and our other skincare raffles that we have going on as well. So I will be, telling you about this as we go on this live hour. So if you didn't catch it, I will definitely say it again. I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to Dr. Adigun and our amazing Jenny so that they can show you their live demo.
Hello, welcome to one of the wonderful laser rooms here at DLC. I have Jenny right here. Jenny Jahu is going to be doing a BBL hero on our beautiful patient, and Bridget is our assistant here. So what is BBL, or broadband light? So BBL is really incredible technology that I've seen continue to improve even over the past several years. We have what's called BBL Hero, which is the most advanced version of this device, which allows us to have a lot of power, very precise, in a very safe environment. And so therefore we can get further with each treatment, and typically speaking, patients are able to tolerate this really, really well. And that's kind of code word in medical speech for being a really not uncomfortable procedure. So what does BBL do? BBL treats different types of sun damage. And so the most common type of sun damage that we see is something called poikiloderma, which is a really long fancy name. And we as dermatologists in the medical community get poked fun at all the time for just walking around using big words. But what that is what's called vascular sun damage as well as pigment change. So when you see lots of little red areas or visible blood vessels on the face or any sun-exposed areas, that's a type of sun damage. As is dark spots in little light areas. When you feel like you're all different colors, that's where BBL can do a beautiful job making you all one color again. All the time when I'm doing cosmetic consults with patients, we're talking about, well, this bothers them or that bothers them. I say, well, let's just keep things pretty simple and start by making you all one color, and everything looks better. It's just so much more forgiving when your skin is all one color, and that's where BBL can do a beautiful job. What's also great about BBL is there's truly zero recovery. Because BBL is relying on certain sources in your skin to absorb certain wavelengths, the surface of the skin is never compromised. So there's really no recovery period at all. So you have your treatment, we put sunscreen on you, and you walk out the door. Sometimes people can have a little bit of swelling, but it's very mild and actually pretty unusual. And that would only come the next day. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
She's doing great. Are you uncomfortable?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, so please ask questions. If you have any questions about BBL, I'm happy to answer them. I can tell you how BBL works, how BBL feels, how many treatments you may need or want. A lot of times people ask, well, how many treatments am I going to need? How, is it going to be something I'm going to need to do lots and lots and lots and lots of times? Well, it just totally depends on what your treatment goals are. I know that with each treatment, you're going to have improvement, predictable improvement with each and every treatment. So if 20% improvement is all that you're going to want to, if that's going to meet your cosmetic goal, then maybe one treatment is going to be sufficient for you. But if you really like searching for a cosmetic goal that's a little bit more significant, we might need to do more than one treatment. Plus, I always tell my patients the aging process never stops. So if we're really trying to kind of maintain your skin to look its best over time, then we're going to need to do treatments over time. So over the course of years. Okay, so we have a question. So can BBL be used on any part of the body? Yes, that's a great question. So you see how fast this is. The pulses are the fastest of any pulse light device available, which allows us to go across very large areas in a very reasonable amount of time without the laser becoming too hot and ever compromising your treatment or safety. So arms, legs, BBL we use all over the body with great success. It is, when you think about laser engineering, it's actually tougher to get results and response on areas of the body that are further from the heart. But BBL Hero is unique in that it does a great job on even areas of the skin that are really far from the heart and that are slower to heal. So yes is the short answer. If you have any other questions, please fire away. So let's check in on our patient again. So how's it going?
I'm doing great.
She says she's doing great. I think that's great. I'm doing great when I'm getting BBL Hero too. So you can see that we're treating her entire chest area. The chest skin oftentimes suffers even worse in the face from sun damage. Part of it has to do with its perpendicular nature to the sun, kind of like the bridge of the nose and the top of the chest. Part of it has to do with the nature of the skin on the chest being of poorer quality. The face skin is actually the fastest healing skin on the body, and it has to do with the face having such a high concentration of oil glands, and so it heals very, very quickly. And as you get down to your neck is pretty sensitive, and the chest is even thinner. So being able to treat the chest safely and effectively with this laser is a major, major plus. So, any other questions? Oh, we're going to zoom in here so we can get a little better view. You can see we're all wearing safety goggles, but one kind of key feature about BBL is that none of the dangerous wavelengths from BBL can actually penetrate a closed eyelid, but we're all wearing safety goggles, and our patient not only has closed eyelids, but then she has stainless steel eye shields on as well. Safety is of paramount importance to me, and I think that if you already know me, you know that about our DLC team and practice and philosophy here. We want to get you to your goals, and we're going to get you there safely. All right, can you see? So as you can see, she's already having what we call clinical endpoints immediately after treatment. Her chest has been thoroughly treated with multiple filters so that we can use the optimal wavelengths to get her the best outcome. And so she looks a little bit pink. That's exactly what we want. When you're finished with BBL, you're a little bit blotchy, but the surface of your skin is not tender or uncomfortable at all. You just might have a little bit of a kind of like blotchy, a little bit pink. Your dark spots will look darker. And that can actually, and the reason the dark spots look darker is because they're absorbing a certain wavelength emitted by BBL that then causes those little pigment particles to fracture into teeny tiny particles. And then they slowly work themselves to the surface and slough off. You can never feel these particles, they're too tiny, but sometimes you see them and they almost look like coffee grounds, but you actually can't feel them. So there's no peeling, there's no sloughing, you just wait for it to work to the surface and slough off. We often pair BBL with the next laser I'm going to talk about, which is called Moxie. Moxie is a very gentle, low heat fractionated resurfacing laser. And by pairing BBL with Moxie, what we're able to do is treat some irregularities in the skin that are the more superficial layers of the skin, what we call the epidermis and the superficial dermis. And then with the Moxie, we're able to go deeper and get different types of pigment particles that have rested into deeper parts of the skin, all part of sun damage, and also rejuvenate the overall texture of the skin. And that's what resurfacing lasers do so well. So now we're going to shift gears and talk about what we're going to put on our lovely patient's skin here right when we finish. The way we treat all of our patients immediately post-procedure is with the Elastin Nectar. Elastin products were specifically engineered to actually repair certain fibers in the skin that typically are hard to regenerate as we age. And so that's why Elastin has really changed the landscape for skincare, because they're able to stimulate new elastin fibers, which are also known as like the holy grail in the skin, as well as collagen fibers. And they also facilitate rapid healing after a laser procedure or even a chemical peel. So I have another question. If some BBLs are color corrective and some are anti-aging, what type is best for preventative maintenance on the neck? I would say both. So as we're part of the aging process has a lot to do with texture, loss of collagen fibers, loss of what we call connective tissue, so you can start to see all of the little fibers and vascularities and ligaments under the skin, so that thinning of the skin as well as dyspigmentation. And BBL is able to address both of those things. It's able to correct the color, and with regular treatments and over time can also improve that texture and stimulate collagen building. It doesn't work as fast as other devices I have here in the office, such as the fractionated lasers, as well as Genius Skin Tightening. But BBL does help stimulate collagen to build over time with regular treatments. So we're soon going to be talking more about the Elastin products, specifically in the context of post-procedure care. We recommend the Elastin Nectar. We actually recommend it for 2 weeks prior to the procedure, as well as at least 2 weeks after the procedure, because that helps clear out the kind of the regular cycle of skin turnover, leaves debris in the skin, and the Elastin Nectar helps clear that out so that when you're having your procedure, none of that is there, clogging up the process of the healing process after the laser procedure is finished. So, can you think of anything else I should say about BBL here, Jenny?
I mean, I think it's one of the least invasive treatments that you can do. It's a good starting point.
I think that is
someone.
such a great point. So what Jenny was saying, in case you couldn't hear, she's like, I think it's a really great starting point for someone, and specifically because BBL allows you to come into the office, get your pictures taken, right? Have numb gel applied, have a procedure. I keep taking these on and off so I can see you guys. Have a procedure, and then you walk out of here like nothing happened, and you see that you're all in one piece. Then you come back for your pictures, you see that you've had great results. It's just a wonderful way to start so that you can kind of, more or less we can earn your confidence that we're going to take good care of you and give you great results. Okay, so the patient had a BBL 2 days ago. She had no discomfort, but she did have some itchiness. Can they use hydrocortisone, or what would I recommend? This is a great question. So you can use hydrocortisone. I always recommend first, of course, calling us. Right, I'd like to be able to carry you through any level of discomfort. That is not something that I'm necessarily expecting, but that might be part of that kind of inflammatory process of your skin renewing and stimulating new collagen to have a little bit of itchiness. And typically hydrocortisone, which is an over-the-counter anti-inflammatory, will take care of it very quickly. Great question. And so now she's moved up to your neck, so you can see that Jenny has treated her entire chest, her entire neck, and she's actually can treat her entire face. So we oftentimes will treat many areas in one appointment with us, which is also great about BBL, that we can kind of cover a lot of ground for you, and there's not much recovery, which I think is also important. I don't like to treat too many body surface areas at one time if there's any kind of recovery involved. I don't like you to, be uncomfortable in too many areas at once.
I think it's also good, Dr. Adam, because you can use, you can wear makeup the same day.
Yeah, you can put makeup on immediately after BBL. That's a very good point. So we'll put the nectar and sunscreen on you, but if you have to go right to a work meeting, you can go ahead and put on your makeup, go right back to work. That's a very good point.
And,
Sometimes people call those lunchtime treatments. Yeah.
and also, you could treat someone that's 14 for acne, and you
Yes.
could treat 20, 30, even 80-year-olds for BBL.
That's true. So it does kind of span all the age groups. I use BBL to treat red scars, surgical scars on really young children. And then we use it for early teenagers, for their acne or even acne scarring. And we treat all through the ages because we're able to, it's so tunable depending on what we're treating that we have incredible customizability. And so if you see over here what Ginny's doing is, you can hear the laser beeping. She's kind of telling what to do. We have lots of different filters to choose from. And those filters are allowing us to customize which problem that we are addressing in the skin, because that determines the wavelength that we're going to choose to treat with. So a common question I also get for BBL is, can I use it on my skin? If I have more pigment in my skin, is it safe for me to use? And I would say yes, in the right operator's hands who have a really good understanding of pigment and laser energy, BBL can actually be used on all skin types. Everyone here at DLC knows how to use BBL on all skin types. And kind of keeping in mind that this is Latin Heritage Month and the Latinx diaspora across the world, we have all different colors of skin, all different types of skin, and we can safely treat all different types of skin with the devices we have here at DLC. So we're taking a close look. We're seeing her brown spots getting browner, her hypervascular areas looking a little bit pink. All of that will kind of fade over the course of the day, and to the extent that tomorrow she won't really have any of that redness. Her brown spots will look browner. That's expected and desired. And then they will slowly fade over the course of a month or less. But I always tell people month just in case. And the reason we know that it's a month is because it takes 1 month for the skin to completely turn over, what we call re-epithelialize. So your skin totally replaces itself over the course of a month. And that's how we know that no matter what, those brown spots are going to be gone in a month. How are we doing?
So usually, though, on the face, the brown spots dissipate within about a week. But on the body areas, it does take a little longer. So.
Yep. So that's a fact. So usually the face is about a week. Sometimes it can be longer. It has to do with just how deep those pigment particles are in the skin. But the face, again, that's our fastest healing skin on the body, and even really much more aggressive procedures for deeper challenges in the skin. Even in those procedures, you're healed in a week. So we'll talk about those today too. All right. Nice job. Any other questions?
Almost time to move.
Let's see. It's about time to move on. All right. Well, this is very exciting. And I also want to just point out that our patient here is holding something called Pronox, which is another option we have for any kind of discomfort or, anxiety about a procedure. So, time to go back to Oshale and Leanne, our PA. We're going to talk about another phenomenal raffle. Take it away, guys.
Hello and welcome back. I am here with our PA extraordinaire, Leanne McGill, and she is going to talk about one of our raffle prizes, which is a $500 custom care package from CoolSculpting. So walk on down, Leanne, and let us know all about it.
So, Oshale, I am so excited about this giveaway as part of our raffle, because if you know me, I am a sun protection addict, okay? I will do anything and everything to keep my skin protected from the sun. And that means when I travel, I'm always wearing, packing SPF clothing and hats. CoolSculpting is the original SPF protection brand, and all of their fabrics are impregnated with UPF 50 protection. What that means is that we're blocking 98% of UVA and UVB rays just by wearing an adorable dress like this. I mean, this is so cute. It is lightweight. I can wear it as a cover-up or a dress by itself.
Very flattering.
Thank you so much. I completely agree. And of course, like many women, black is the only color that I own in my wardrobe, right? So They have a wide variety of colors, and I don't get caught in this socially.
Okay.
Like oftentimes you'll find me in long sleeve shirts and leggings that are UPF 50 from Coolbar brand, and I'm comfortable. So even though it's 90 degrees out, these are lightweight fabrics that are designed to keep you cool. Yeah, feel how light that
It's
is.
so soft. It's very soft.
Completely
It feels very light, so I agree with her.
Ah.
Yeah.
I actually got my mother turned on to this brand. She lives in Florida and is a sun lover, and so now she is in love with Coolbar as well. Coolbar makes amazing hats. So this is just one of my many Coolbar hats. I love this one because it has a chin strap, Oshale, because when I'm on the boat or if the wind is blowing on the beach, I can just secure the chin strap right under my chin and then have no issues with my hat flying away. So I really think a chin strap is key to a good UPF 50 hat.
It looks like it fits a wide variety of heads too, would you say?
Completely agree. There is actually on the inside, if you can see this, a head, like you can tighten it around your head. I choose not to do that. But one thing I also love about Coolbar is their mission. Their mission is to keep the world safe from sun damage. And here at the Dermatology and Laser Center of Chapel Hill, that is our mission as well. By protecting your skin from UV rays, you can have beautiful skin for life. Did you know that sunscreen and sun protection is the #1 anti-aging tool? Yes, we have lasers and neurotoxins and all of that for when aging happens, but sun protection is key to your regimen.
Yeah, I completely agree. I cannot imagine stepping outside of my house without protecting my skin from the sun. And I think that this is an amazing prize. You can definitely be protected from head to toe just by simply getting dressed in the morning. You know, sometimes we think about sun protection specific to the beach or summer, you know, or maybe even going out to somewhere like maybe an all-day barbecue or, you know, somewhere where we're going to be outside all day. But you really do have to do it every single day. And I think the great thing about Coolbar is that they do provide with, you know, these everyday, you know, like this dress. You can wear this, go to the store, you know.
And look how good my Hamilton Hill jewelry looks in the center. I mean, this pearl necklace like is amazing with this
I've been
dress.
staring at it the whole time. Like, it looks so good.
It looks fabulous. So one thing I also want you to know about Coolbar, their stylish clothing, whether you're wearing sun protection for the beach or just stylish clothing for every day, does fit true to size, okay? I have had no issues with any of my things fitting, and I have multiple pieces from Coolbar just because I love it so much. Also, let's not forget about our little ones.
Yes, yes.
You know, Barnaby, my dog, wears a sun shirt, and your kids do need to wear sun protective clothing as well. Coolbar makes sun protective clothing for kids of all ages, and I know Dr. Adigun's children were featured on the cover of their magazine.
That was so cute, and they had on the little outfits and everything, so they definitely have clothing for children as well. We have to remember that it's just as important to protect the children and protect their skin from sun damage as well, and when you get them started off young, then they're not having to reverse all the sun damage as they get older, you know, as we've learned ourselves as adults, you know, get them started young and they're able to carry that on into adulthood. So
completely agree. Oshale, I would love to show you my other hat from Coolbar because I am just so excited.
Yeah, please go get that. While she's going to get that, I just want to emphasize that you can go ahead and get yourself a red carpet pass for just $250. Go ahead and call in. Phone lines are open, so to speak, and you can go ahead and grab a pass for yourself, which will, of course, enable you to take advantage of our specials. 20% off single treatments and 10% off packages, as well as entering into our grand prize raffles, as well as our other raffles that we have available, including this one. So now she has her hat. It looks amazing.
Okay, this Coolbar hat was a gift from my mother because she knows I love a giant hat, okay?
It's so good.
This hat is the size of my torso, okay? It is perfect for the beach. I took it with me when I was traveling, and it's moldable.
I love it.
So if you're sitting, if you want to like, you know, mold it a little bit, it has this wire in the brim of the hat so that you can shape it. It is adorable. Also notice this little bow detail in the back, very feminine. So much to love about Coolbar products, including this ultra hat. I mean, think about it. If you're sitting under your umbrella, you've got your clothes on, and you just want to take a quick snooze when you're traveling.
Yes.
There you go.
And you do love you a big hat.
I do. I mean, this is the best. Like, I love a giant hat, and I don't know anyone who makes a bigger hat than Coolsculpting.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and toss it over to Dr. Adigun and Carly for our Moxie laser treatment. Oh, so exciting.
Welcome back. Here we are. We are in another laser room here at DLC. And this time, Carly is doing a Moxie on our lovely patient. I'm going to have to adjust my goggles a little bit because my head is so tiny. Here we go. I'm just going to hold them like this. Because usually I wear them like with, what are they called? Croquis. And so they're like cinched on my face. But I want to be able to take them on and off so that we can kind of go back and forth and I can explain stuff. I want to kind of start this off with a question that I received just before I had to toss it back when I was still in the BBL room. And that was, is the recovery from BBL even faster when you do it with a Moxie? And the answer is yes. And the reason for that has to do with those little particles that I said that are in the skin after BBL treatment, those tiny little fractured pigment particles that have to work their way up to slough off. When you have a Moxie at the same time, it actually pulls those pigment particles out even faster. So it's a quicker recovery, but it's a different recovery. So Moxie is what we call a low heat or a non-ablative fractionated resurfacing laser. So what does a fractionated resurfacing laser feels like a lot of big words, what exactly they mean with regards to skin rejuvenation? Well, what fractionated means is that we're just a part of the area that a laser is treating is actually getting that laser energy. So imagine all of these tiny, very precise, microscopic columns of precise laser injury with intervening islands of unaffected skin. So what you get is this very deep rejuvenative treatment without being totally wounded. And so what fractionated technology has really changed the landscape for laser treatments or resurfacing treatments ever since it was first invented in the early part of this century, so right around the early 2000s. And ever since then, we've just gotten better and better at these lasers, and manufacturers and engineers continue to come out with really phenomenal technology that allows us to treat all skin types, address many different types of treatment concerns or skincare concerns, whether it is treating scars, irregularities, pigmentation, wrinkles, all of these different types of problems that arise in the skin over time, and different ways that we can address them with resurfacing lasers. So what makes Moxie unique? Because of course, anyone that has been to DLC knows that we have several different resurfacing lasers. Well, what makes Moxie unique has to do with it being that low heat, non-ablative technology, as well as the wavelength itself. So it's a 1927 nanometer, and 1927 nanometer really shines with certain skin concerns. And one of them is precancerous change in the skin. So if you've ever had to have anything frozen on your skin before, those are precancerous lesions. And Moxie actually treats all of those. And it also does a phenomenal job with pigmentation. So dyspigmentation from melasma or sun damage. So we use BBL for pigment, sure, but sometimes the pigment is deeper in the skin. And that's when we need a longer wavelength that will allow us to go deeper into the skin to pull that pigment out. And then, of course, because it's making these little tiny columns of that precise laser injury, then you're getting that rejuvenation response. So that wound healing type response that brings a new collagen, it tightens your pores, and gives a beautiful surface to the skin. So it addresses texture. So even fine lines will improve with a Moxie and surface skin irregularities. So you can see our patient here, very comfortable. We use numb gel, and numb gel is typically more than sufficient for managing discomfort with Moxie. And at the same time, we have Lydia here blowing a very cold blower so that you can actually, she's cooling the skin as he's being treated, which also improves level of any kind of discomfort. And I think that's probably the most significant part of Moxie that I tell patients about is that as the treatment's being done, it's not so uncomfortable. But right after treatment, you will feel warm. You will feel hot for about an hour after treatment. And then that heat really goes away. And then you kind of feel like you've had like a mild sunburn for the rest of the day. And you'll be kind of pink. The next day, that's completely gone. The pinkness is really resolved. You may have a little bit of swelling, but it's mild and gone by lunchtime. And then you just feel like very fine sandpaper all across your skin, very fine sandpaper, and that lasts up to a week. We just tell you to stay moisturized, but you can really return to to all of your activities after Moxie. It's a very reasonable recovery, especially considering how phenomenal the results can be. People oftentimes ask, do I need to get a package of Moxies? And again, I offer a package primarily so that if people are trying to get to a certain cosmetic goal, I know that with several treatments, we can safely get them there. But if you want to just kind of do one treatment at a time, you'll have great results with each treatment too. So it just kind of depends on how you want to organize your life and your skincare. So, so let's check on our patient, see how he's doing. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
He's doing fantastic. I love that. It's like one of my favorite words. Fantastic. Oh, I love it. And so you can see he's even smiling. And this is Carly Wagner. Carly here is our nurse practitioner. She's an incredibly special human. She's also incredibly smart and lovely. And Carly is wearing diamond earrings and a diamond necklace from Hamilton Hill. So she is sparkling while administering the Moxie treatment, which I think is just extra bonus. Why not sparkle? The diamond earrings and diamond necklace are truly gorgeous. So you can see that Lydia is cooling the skin, and you can almost see that he has this fine little bronzed look to his skin, and that is typical post-Moxie. Also notice that our patient here, do you mind if I use your first name? Yeah. Okay, so this is Julian, and if anyone knows me, everyone knows I love that name because I only have one son, and his name is Julian. So Julian has what we call a type 4, almost type 5 skin, so he has areas of dyspigmentation. And so he's really a perfect candidate for Moxie because of its low heat technology, that non-ablative technology. We can use this truly in all skin types. In fact, our glowing, truly glowing MC for our event today, Oshale O'Day, she has had Moxie treatments as well. As if her skin couldn't be any more perfect, well, guess what? It's even more perfect because she has had some Moxie treatments. So again, that bronze type look, that's what you should expect after Moxie. Okay, another question has come in. Does Moxie help with skin texture? Yes, it does. Moxie does a beautiful job with skin texture. So not only do people oftentimes complain of surface irregularities, dilated pores, this is where Moxie can really do a great job, is improving all of that. Now, do I also have Halo to do more dramatic improvements in skin texture? Absolutely. But Moxie does a great job with skin texture. It's also a great maintenance treatment when people are really trying to maintain their skin over time. Moxie is a great maintenance. If you think that your skin looks great, that doesn't mean that you don't do anything. That means you do things to keep it that way because, again, the aging process never stops. Another area that we often treat with Moxie is the neck and the chest, but we also treat shoulders and dorsal hands, areas with really more extensive sun damage. My father actually has terrible sun damage. He grew up on the water, did a lot of fishing, and has terrible sun damage. And I've been able to get him further with Moxie treatments than really any other treatment. And he loves it because he knows exactly what to expect. He knows that in a day or two, it will look as if he had nothing done, and he's back on the golf course. So it really is a treatment that can get you very far without interrupting your life. So let's check in. She's doing little areas around his nose now, and he's still totally comfortable. Can I wear makeup after treatment? That's a great question. So right after Moxie treatment, we will put the Elastin Skin Nectar on all areas of treatment. We will ask that you continue that when you get home. We will put a tinted sunscreen on you as well. And that really kind of cuts the redness. The tint really, if you have any pinkness or, Julian here more looks the bronze, but sometimes people look more pink depending on how much pigment they have in their skin. And the tinted sunscreen really kind of helps color correct. We do ask that you not put on makeup until the next day, primarily because we just don't want anything to irritate your skin if you're a little bit more sensitive. So here's another question. So is this a laser that you do after microneedling treatment? That is such a good question. So microneedling is another treatment that we do here at DLC, and Moxie will get you further in one treatment than microneedling will. Microneedling does a great job. It's also known as collagen induction therapy, but we prefer to call it microneedling because that just sounds like a very scary procedure. It also helps with surface irregularities and with acne scars. Not as much with pigment change, not as much with color irregularities. So Moxie just checks more boxes and does more of it in one treatment than microneedling. Is Moxie something you need to repeat over? So this is a great question. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to answer this question, and then we're going to go back to Oshale. So everything that we do in dermatology is to not just improve your skin, but to maintain your skin. So if you have a certain goal that you want to get your skin to, I am happy to do whatever we need to do to get you there. Now, maybe maybe one treatment's going to make you thrilled and you'll be so happy with your outcome. That makes me happy. So possibly one treatment might be enough for you. But keep in mind, again, the aging process never stops. So it doesn't mean that you'll never do another treatment again as the aging process continues. So let's go back to Oshale. So I'll see you in a little bit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am here to talk about an amazing special that you can have access to with the purchase of a red carpet virtual pass for just $250. And this special is amazing. It is our CoolSculpting special. And what it is that you are actually going to receive $250 off each cycle. So the cycles are usually $750 and you get $250 off each cycle. There are no limits to how many cycles you can purchase. And CoolSculpting does require more than one cycle depending on your treatment plan. So I have the amazing Leanne here. She's going to discuss CoolSculpting and just let you know a little bit more about the treatment.
Thanks so much, Oshale. You know, I have to tell you, I had CoolSculpting 2 years ago on my flanks, and it was amazing. I wouldn't do it again. So the way CoolSculpting works is by a term called cryolipolysis, which means using cold to destroy fat cells. And the way they actually discovered cryolipolysis was by observing children eat popsicles. And they noticed that the coldness of the popsicle was actually minimizing the fat in the children's cheeks. Can you believe that? Like,
that's actually really interesting.
It's all around us.
Yeah.
So this is how CoolSculpting was born and it has evolved into the technology that we have today. One of the amazing things about our practice is that we are a CoolSculpting complete practice, meaning we have all of the applicators and hand pieces.
Okay.
The great thing about this is that these hand pieces are curved to fit your body. So they're a wide range of applications and can fit in small areas like underneath the chin or on the flanks, on the arms. So we just have so many amazing applications with CoolSculpting. Tell us more, Oshale, isn't there a giveaway that we're having to do or a gift, something? Tell us more about that.
Yes, so we have an amazing giveaway for today having to do with CoolSculpting cycles. So I'm just gonna go grab that while you continue.
Yes, so again, no matter how many planks you do, sometimes you need CoolSculpting to help you treat stubborn areas of fat. And the stubborn areas of fat can be almost anywhere on the body. The CoolSculpting phrase is if you can squeeze it, sorry Oshale.
Snuck up on her there.
If you can squeeze it, you can freeze it. And so what do we have here?
Okay, so here's the game. If you can guess how many CoolSculpting cards are in this bowl, or obviously the closest to it, we have an amazing giveaway involving these cards. So I'm gonna hold it up to the camera in just a moment. But first, I want to show you what you have the opportunity to win. The first up is this Elastin Transform Body Treatment. This is amazing. It really does work, and it goes hand in hand with the CoolSculpting treatment, or you can just use it on its own. It's great for just tightening up skin in loose areas. And also, you have an opportunity to win the Elastin Restorative Eye Treatment as well. This is great for under eye bags, for dryness, for fine lines and wrinkles under the eye. I use this
eye cream
almost every night.
Agreed.
I'm obsessed with it.
Agreed.
So you have an opportunity to win these two products. Again, the Transform Body Treatment. Really great. I have one of my great team members here, Kim, puts it in these areas right here. Ladies, you know what I'm talking
That's
about.
really smart.
Right.
I've put it on my thighs before, and
Okay.
the wonderful thing about Transform, it is the only evidence-based product that actually reduces skin crepiness. And so if you have crepey skin like around your knees, I put it on my thighs, this product actually has scientific data that it will help you reduce the crepiness of your skin.
Amazing.
Now, what if you have, fullness from submental fat or subcutaneous fat, as well as loose skin?
Okay.
Now, CoolSculpting sometimes can actually help loose skin because the swelling that you have after the treatment promotes collagen remodeling. However, this is why CoolSculpting consultations usually are always free.
Yes.
Because the treatment is highly customized to you, and we want you to get your best outcome. Ooh, some guesses are coming in.
Yes,
Okay,
we're gonna hold it up.
guessing.
But yes, I want to talk a little bit more about this restorative eye treatment. I just started using it, I would say about 4 weeks ago, and I noticed such a huge difference in my under eye area. The lines are much softer, just the skin overall, its appearance. It's not as puffy when I wake up in the morning. There's not so much darkness under that eye area. And also it's so much softer. It's so much more moisturized. There's so much in this, especially with Elastin's patented Trihex technology that really helps to just regenerate that collagen, plump up that skin, retain that moisture, and help with the aging process.
You know, Alastin is a wonderful medical grade skincare company because they take their products so seriously. Basically, you're getting pharmaceutical grade products in medical grade skincare. Alastin actually does punch biopsies on the skin, which means they test out their products and then take a skin sample to analyze the skin under a microscope to make sure that their products are actually working. And that's how the eye cream as well as the Transform was studied. Now, Alastin eye cream is hands down my favorite eye cream for under eye lines.
So great.
If you have under eye wrinkles that you want to reduce, I say half a grain of rice.
Okay.
Swipe it under each eye, all the way out to the crow's at nightly. I don't know how that's how you do yours, Oshli. That's how I do mine.
Okay.
And if I have any left over, I will put it on my upper lid underneath the brow bone.
Absolutely. I like to pat everything in, and I just pat it gently under my eye area, and I do absolutely put the remnants on my brow bone.
On your brow
area.
bone. That's smart
Yes.
for tightening. Keep sending us your guesses of how many CoolSculpting cards are in here. If I can tell you, I have had CoolSculpting 2 years ago, and I have since gained some weight, but my CoolSculpting results persist, okay?
Yes.
That muffin top flank area is just like no matter how many planks or sit-ups I do, I cannot minimize that fat, and CoolSculpting was perfect for that. Have you had CoolSculpting yet, actually?
Yes, I have had 2 rounds of CoolSculpting to my lower abdomen, and it has made such a huge difference. And like you, as the years have gone by, this was several years ago, I have also gained weight as we do, you know, quarantine, everything that's been going on. And I have to say that my results have also persisted. The great thing about CoolSculpting, it is permanently eliminating those fat pockets and cells in that area. So they're not going to come back. It's going to be gone as long as you know, maintain somewhat of a nice diet and somewhat.
That's right.
Yeah.
As long as your weight is like, you know, somewhat maintained, you know, not drastically changing. Interesting what you said about Ashley. A lot of people ask, well, once the fat is gone, where does it go? So it actually, once it's frozen, the fat cell dies and is carried away by your lymphatic system. So fun fact of the day, your lymphatic system is doing its job.
Yes, it is.
Keep sending in your guesses.
Definitely send in your guesses to win these amazing prizes. I cannot talk enough about how great these are. But while you are putting in your guesses, I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to Dr. Adigun and Jenny for our Halo treatment.
Great.
Hello. Thank you so much, Oshli and Leanne. That was great. So exciting learning about the raffles, the specials. Now we are seeing a halo. It's not every day that you can see a halo because, I mean, it's every day in DLC. But that's the one benefit of these virtual events, or one of the big benefits of these virtual events, is that we can demo these lasers that typically in a live event we cannot demo. And so our patient here that had the BBL Hero for face, neck, and chest is now getting a halo in those same areas. Jenny's already started, and she has treated already her lower face, and what's left is really her forehead. And what you can see is that she's red in the areas that have been treated, and that's normal. After halo, you are bright red. Sophia, I'm gonna have you put it down a little bit. There we go, perfect. So, how does halo work? Well, halo is actually another fractionated resurfacing laser, which I talked about earlier. We were talking about Moxie. And again, fractionated, what does that mean? That means that we're treating a portion of the skin with these tiny little columns, but leaving tiny, tiny little islands of unaffected skin so that you can heal quickly but have a very deep treatment. And so halo is actually 2 wavelengths. One is 1550 nanometers. That is a very specific rejuvenative wavelength. Think wrinkles, fine lines and wrinkles. And then the other one is an erbium, or 2940, which is an ablative wavelength. Think heat, and even better for wrinkles, okay? So halo is what I like to call my most corrective lasers. Will it treat scars? Yes. Will it treat pores? Yes. Will it treat fine lines and wrinkles? Yes. Can it truly maintain your skin in time? Yes. So Halo does, improves pigment and things like that too, but really shines with really surface irregularities in the aging changes in the skin. There's no other device in the office, really device available that does such a phenomenal job with collagen stimulation and giving your skin truly a phenomenal level of polish after treatment. And there's a lot of different ways to do a halo, and so that's why it's nice at DLC. I teach other doctors how to do halo optimally, and teach other providers how to administer halo optimally, depending on the skin type, depending on the concerns, and what the skin needs of each individual patient are. It's a very customizable device. A lot of times when I'm treating patients, I tell my patients if they hear a lot of beeping, that's me just telling the laser what to do, because it's totally unique from patient to patient. I just got a great question. How long do halo results last? Well, that really will depend from patient to patient, in the sense that in many ways they'll last forever, right? But again, the aging process is, continues, and how well you take care of your skin will really determine how long those results will last. A lot of times when I'm, counseling patients, how many halos should I do? How often should I do them? That really will vary from patient to patient. Once someone is in a good place with their skin, they want to keep their skin looking good over time, then doing one halo a year can do the best job keeping them there. And that has been studied extensively. So I know that I'm using evidence to help decide their treatment needs. For the general cost, a halo for the face alone is $1,600, but the rest of the body areas that really I can't remember them all, and so we can generate a custom quote for you. Now, of course, there's very unique specials that go on only this time of year in DLC. That's because I love birthdays, and this is our birthday. So we're celebrating DLC's 5-year birthday, and so these specials with the red carpet pass are good to the end of November. And so if this is the time that you think is a great time for you to have a halo, well, great, but we do halos all year long in DLC. For some people, doing their halos is best for them in the summer. For other people, doing their halos is best in the middle of the winter. We can accommodate our lasers never turn off all year round. So the way to take care of your skin after halo is we recommend first elastin nectar, which is what we'll put on this patient's skin once we finish. The elastin nectar really glides on, and you can see it's almost done with her forehead. And you can see those tiny little white dots. Those tiny little white dots are the erbium laser. That's the ablative laser. And so those little white dots are gone before you leave the office, but it's also helpful for us to see that your tissue is doing all the things we need to do during your treatment. All right, so let's share the screen with Ryan. We're going to talk about elastin and the elastin products and how they do such a phenomenal job with collagen stimulation, elastin repair, as well as recovering the skin after procedure. But of course, that's what we've been talking about the most right now, Ryan, because we're doing all these procedures. But you know that I'm a big fan of the restorative complex. That I put on my skin twice a day, every day, and I have since it was first launched over 5 years ago. Do you want to tell us about the restorative complex, Ryan?
Yeah, so restorative skin complex is really kind of Nectar's sister, if you will. And so it's the full amount of the Trihex technology that is really remarkable for clearing out the old damaged elastin and collagen that accumulate as part of normal skin aging and sun damage. But then restorative skin complex does some things Nectar doesn't do. It is hydrating, it is brightening, it's going to address pigmentary concerns. And Dr. Adigun, where I get the most excited about restorative skin complex is what it does for that really deep, meaningful plumping that just maintains those results for time to come.
Now, it's really a phenomenal product, truly. So, I'm sorry I'm getting so close to the phone. The halo laser is quite loud. So I'm like, oh, let me hear what you have to say. So, well, we have been very excited to be able to use the elastin product. When we first took them on 5 years ago, when I first opened, we were one of few practices in the area, but I knew the science, I knew the technology, the level of research behind it, which is really unique for a skincare line. And it's still the mainstay of really just about everything we do here at DLC. And specifically with regards to, anti-aging as well as maintaining beautiful skin. skin, keeping your skin, already beautiful skin, keeping it beautiful. So, anyhow, so she's just finishing up the face here on the halo. And Ryan knows that even the most sensitive of skin can tolerate elastin products, which I think is also really unique about them. When we think about performance products for the skin, honestly, a lot of times you're walking a fine line. They can be sometimes have a little bit of an irritancy profile. So plenty of my patients that have never been able to tolerate, say, a tretinoin or a glycolic acid or other types of vitamin C's or antioxidants, they can actually tolerate the elastin products, and that has been really changed the game for them. And I mean, really sensitive, seborrheic dermatitis type skin, rosacea type skin, they actually will be my patients that use the nectar all year long, right? They don't ever stop because that's the only thing that calms things down for them, and it allows them to have a product on their face that's actually doing something good for their skin, and them not having to just forego all the good stuff. Elastin also makes a very cosmetically elegant sunscreen. It's really popular for my patients that want a tinted sunscreen. It also has iron oxide in it, which is really an important component of the physical sunscreens, specifically with patients with melasma and other pigment disorders. So Ryan has been with us for years as well. He's truly the expert on everything elastin, and he periodically comes and teaches us anything that's new, all very science-based, which if anyone knows anything about me, that is what I like.
Well, you guys are amazing partners, and it's a pleasure to work with everybody here, and your dedication to science is what makes working with you such a joy. So thank you for having me today.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much, Ryan. We're going to come back to the patient. You can see Ginny has already moved on to the chest. This is a great opportunity. You can kind of see how kind of reddish and blotchy she is. This patient had really extensive sun damage. And so you'll have that kind of redness type response after the BBL Hero. And then Ginny's going to treat in those same areas with the halo as well. So we're going back to O'Shea. Thanks so much for joining us for Halo. If you have any other questions, please go ahead and send them in. We're going back to O'Shea. So we're going to talk a little bit more about Halo until we move on to O'Shea. So back on to Halo here. And you can see Ginny is doing what I say to my patients, telling the laser what to do, right? She is changing the settings depending on the area. The other thing, you can periodically hear little beeping, that's her taking certain measurements. So that is a phenomenal safety feature of Halo, is that you can actually take a measurement of any area so that you know that you're delivering a consistent amount of laser energy per unit area. So it's just an additional feature that is really unique to Halo in its level of safety. All right, we're going back to O'Shea now.
Hello, welcome back. And I wanted to start off by just talking a little bit about my amazing jewelry. I know, but I just have to show it off because it truly is absolutely beautiful. I think one of my favorite pieces is this ring right here, if you can get a good close-up on it. And of course, my earrings are absolutely amazing. I am obsessed with all of it, and you can definitely go check out HamiltonHillJewelry.com and just peruse their wide selection. It's just beautiful, it's local, and I am absolutely obsessed. And now I also wanted to chat a little bit about our red carpet specials once again. So once again, with the purchase of a red carpet virtual pass, $250, you have access to all of our amazing specials. I know we really went into depth about our CoolSculpting special just a little while ago, but I want to remind you of all the amazing other specials that you can also have access to. So 20% off single cosmetic treatments. That includes Botox, Dysport, all of our laser treatments. I mean, you can really take advantage of this until November 30th. You can come get Botox, come back and get a chemical peel, come back and maybe get a laser treatment. You also have 10% off packages. So 10% off packages. Again, your first treatment just has to be scheduled by November 30th. We have our BBL packages. We have our Moxie package, which is very popular and an amazing treatment. We have our RF Genius Skin Tightening treatment that you can purchase as a package. And also we have another special. If you purchase the microneedling skin pen treatment, you get a Elastin Skin Nectar complimentary. I mean, so amazing. Not only do you have access to all of these amazing specials, you also have access to 20% off skincare products until tomorrow. So 20% off skincare products until tomorrow, everything else by November 30th. And you can definitely call in to buy your virtual pass. We will be selling those passes until tomorrow as well. So I also want to let you know about some of these amazing raffles that we have going on. So with the purchase of your virtual pass, you are automatically entered into our grand prize raffle. We have 2 grand prizes and they are really, really good. I mean, I wish I could enter. That's how good they are. The first one is Botox for a year, or if you get Dysport, okay, we don't discriminate. Botox or Dysport treatments for a year. I mean, your bank account will be so incredibly happy. Again, I wish I could enter. The second one is I'm getting chills talking about this one, but I know I was showing off the jewelry. But Hamilton Hill Jewelry has offered $500, okay? A $500 gift certificate to Hamilton Hill Jewelry. So that means, if you like my ring, if you like these earrings, if you, purchase your virtual pass and you're entered into this grand prize raffle, you have the opportunity to purchase this jewelry, which why can't I enter? It's against the rules, but you have the opportunity to enter and you really need to call in and purchase your virtual pass so you have opportunity to win. So again, I want to go over the specials. So we also have different other raffles going on. I have one back here, our Elastin giveaway. I'm just going to go grab it real quick so I can show it off to you and all of the amazing skincare products that it includes. Just one moment. Actually, I have my assistant. Look at that. Okay. So we have our Elastin Skincare raffle giveaway. So everything in here to really get started with your skincare routine, and Elastin Skincare is top notch. So I'm just gonna show off some of the things here that you have an opportunity to win. First off, let's start with our travel size gentle cleanser. I had to look back because I knew there was a full size in here. So this is truly incredible, you guys. You are having an opportunity to win not only the full-size gentle cleanser, which is one of my holy grail favorite cleansers.
Agreed.
So gentle on the skin. It takes off everything.
Agreed.
Everything,
Agreed.
even mascara. And you also have a travel size version as well. For those of us who travel, you really want to make sure that you have your skincare on point when you're on trips. Travel can be harsh on the skin. So you have a travel size version and you have the full size, which is so great.
Also, look how cute.
I know.
It's so adorable.
It's really adorable. And next up, I'm going to just grab them 2 at a time. So we have our Hydra Tint Pro Mineral Sunscreen SPF 36. Now, I just recently tried this sunscreen out and it is really wonderful. I love when sunscreen can also give you that feeling of makeup. It's tinted, so if you're not one of those people that wants to wear a full face every day, foundation, all that jazz, you put this on and you're feeling like you have the coverage of some makeup on your face, something to just give you that nice, even look. And you also are getting your sun protection, which you can't really beat that. And then we also have our Ultra Nourishing Moisturizer, and it looks like the travel size version in here, which is great, again, to just pop in your purse. You can refresh throughout the day if you have drier skin, and also you can travel with it as well.
That's a great moisturizer for the cooler months, Oshale. It's one of my favorites to recommend for fall, which happy fall.
Yes, happy fall as of yesterday, officially. So now we can, drink our pumpkin spice. That's and right. No one can say anything about
Get
it.
your Halloween decor out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Next up, we have the Restorative Skin Complex. This is, I would say, cult favorite if I can.
100%.
This is amazing. I have had people tell me that they really notice a difference when they stop using this, and I think it's absolutely true. I stopped using it for about 2 weeks and I definitely noticed a difference as well. Now this is kind of like your serum type of product, but it has that famous Trihex technology that's really gonna help with collagen production, fine lines and wrinkles, plumping the skin, keeping the skin at its best. And we'll put this on right after you cleanse. This would be the next step. So Restorative Skin Complex, full size.
It's like a moisturizing serum. Is
Yes.
kind of how I feel about it. It's not liquidy usually. What are your thoughts on the texture?
It's, for me, the texture is very almost silky, and it is kind of that one step. So for me, I have oilier skin, so I would usually just cleanse, and then once I put that restorative skin complex on, I know that I'm great. Just one step. No, I can't even talk. Don't necessarily need to moisturize.
Totally.
There we go.
That's same.
So quickly, just to wrap up, we have the Transform body treatment, which we talked about at length with our CoolSculpting portion. The restorative neck complex, okay? So this is gonna be great for crepiness, aging skin, dry skin, gonna help to tighten and lift. And I think we also have the eye, which we talked about as well before. And we have a little Hydra tint, a little travel Hydra tint, little baby one. So definitely this is one of our giveaways. Again, with the purchase of a red carpet pass, you have an opportunity to enter to win one of these amazing packages, this Elastic Skincare giveaway. So now I'm gonna toss it over to Dr. Adigun for our TRL laser treatment.
I'm trying to.
Hey guys! So here we are. This is our last laser demonstration of the morning, and I'm using what's called the Cyton TRL. Well, what does TRL even stand for, right? Well, it's tunable resurfacing laser. So this is in what's called unfractionated laser. So I treat the entire field and resurface the entire field, but it's totally customizable. So what I'm going to do here for my patient today, this is Carol. I'm going to do what's called a nano peel on her. So I'm going to go just a certain level in the skin, all over her face. In a way, this is like an incredibly precise chemical peel. And so her recovery will be very, very brief and mild, but will give her skin an instant brightening effect. I go deeper with TRL for more dramatic results, and even much deeper with TRL to treat like coarse lines and wrinkles, most characteristic around the eyes and around the mouth and the chin area. And so really, to say that I had a TRL done doesn't really give very much information. It has to do with just how deep your treatment was. So I'm going to do a more, a lighter treatment on Carol for demonstration purposes, so that you can see just how this laser works. And you'll see that Carol is fine. And what will happen over the next few days is that she will actually have a very fine peel for that last a few days, and then your skin is super duper bright. And it's also great from an instant tightening effect on the skin. And sometimes people will do a few of these before doing a deeper procedure to really get the skin ready. So here we go. This is a fun one to watch, and oftentimes I demonstrate it because you can really see what happens in the skin in a certain treatment area. Okay, Carol, I'm going to go ahead and get started, okay? So I decide just how deep and exactly where I'm treating. You can see I can go all the way up to her hairline. And the reason I can do that is because this laser does not affect hair follicles at all. So sometimes if I need to treat a lesion that's like in a brow or in an eyebrow or in the hairline, this is a great laser that I'll reach for to do exactly that. And so you can kind of see exactly where I've treated. So if I want to go a little bit deeper, which I can right now, you'll see just how it gets a little bit louder. And you can see the treatment areas immediately. It's really quite cool just how precise this laser is. The engineering is truly incredible. And so depending on where I am, I use my handy tongue depressor, and that is really just generally good practice. And so when I'm teaching, I teach the tongue depressor method because it is just allows you to have so much precision. So I'm going to kind of turn you this way. You can see depending on where I am, I can go deeper, and I can make these little squares very small. So if I'm going to come across here, Carol has these beautiful microbladed eyebrows, and I don't have to worry about damaging them. It does make a funny sound. Would you agree, Carol?
Yes.
So here, again, with my handy dandy tongue presser. And then if there's certain areas, I might come back and do a little bit deeper and a little bit more. And this is also a very quick treatment. So if you're wanting something that doesn't take very much of your time, is a very quick healing, but certainly will give you that instant brightening effect, then the TRL is a great choice, or what I call the nano peel is a great choice. And of course, that's something that we can discuss with you during a consult. But you can see she has some of this pigmentation along her jawline. I'm going to go right along here. And what this will do is really smooth out her pores. You know, it's common to have more dilated pores on the chin and on the nose and those medial cheeks. And this is a great way to address that quickly. It's really quite an amazing laser in the sense that we have so much customizability to it. All right, do we have any questions? Again, oh, what should I expect during healing? Okay, so we did have a question, but I had to look up to see it, right? Okay, so for a nano peel, what Carol is going to expect is she's going to be a little bit pink for the rest of today, and then she's going to feel almost like she can't quite get enough moisturizer on. It's going to feel quite dry, but not actually dry. That's just what happens right before a peel, right before the peeling begins. And then it's a very fine peel over the course of a few days. But she'll be a little bit pink again for the rest of today, and then pink and dry tomorrow, and then the peeling starts the day after that. So again, predictable depending on what we're doing. It's more extensive, but again, if I'm treating deeper for fine lines and wrinkles, specifically around the mouth. So what's the difference between Halo and TRL? I'm actually going to stop treating to explain that one. So TRL is what that's called, a fractionated resurfacing laser. It's fractionated. So again, you're going to get those columns of injury with the intervening unaffected skin. This is not fractionated. The whole area is being treated. So I'm very precisely removing certain layers of the skin. With Halo, you can treat very, very deep into the skin to get that really deep regenerative type response without being really wounded. What TRL does is really takes off those surfaces so they really get that brightening type response and address certain surface irregularities when I don't want to leave any areas untreated. So they really kind of do different things. The deeper collagen stimulation, Halo. Surface correction, TRL. I hope that helps. And sometimes, just to make things even more complicated, I combine Halo and TRL together. So now someone else just asked, Carla has asked, does this laser lighten sunspots or dark spots? That's not really the best utility of this laser. That's why people ask, well, do you have laser there? I'm like, well, actually, we have 5 lasers here. And the reason we have 5 lasers is because we all do different things. So Carol, you can see we have treated all of her brown spots. Carol doesn't have any more brown spots, but she still wants improvement in that texture. She wants to prevent fine lines and wrinkles. And so that's where TRL can kind of step in. Oh, and this question from Mary Kate. Her skin already looked amazing. What about all of us with a lot of sun damage? I think that you need to come see me, Mary Kate. No, I'm just kidding. So if multiple treatments are required, what's the timeline between treatments? We can really customize the timeline between treatments depending on each person's schedule. So with sun damage, I may want to start with something like a BBL and Moxie, or start with a BBL and Halo, and we may need to do several treatments until you're at your goal. But if you wanted to kind of buzz in, buzz out, and be super bright in a few days, then maybe a nano peel would be a better choice. So that's why we just have so many options. I also sometimes use this laser with little eye shields actually under the lids to treat over the eyelids for fine lines and wrinkles around the eyes, and that's unique to this particular laser. But specifically for sun damage, I'm going to reach for those fractionated lasers that allow me to go a little bit deeper and correct pigment and get out some of that actual disordered collagen that's unique to sun damage. I hope that was helpful. Okay, Carol, I have not forgotten about you. I think she thinks I've forgotten. Sometimes I don't like to talk and treat at the same time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish treating the rest of Carol's face. I'm gonna toss it back to Oshale, and we look forward to answering more questions as needed. And thank you for joining us. Hi, Oshale.
Hey, all right, and that is a successful laser hour featuring Sciton lasers. I'm going to quickly go over our specials once again before we wrap up for this hour. Just remember, with the purchase of a red carpet virtual pass until tomorrow, you have access to our amazing specials for just $250, 20% off single treatments, 10% off packages. You'll also have entrance into our grand prize raffles, 2 of them, and our other skincare giveaway raffles as well. So I will see you again at our 1 o'clock hour, where we will be featuring injectables. Ooh, my personal favorite is injectables. And again, I am wearing amazing Hamilton Hill jewelry. You can check out hamiltonhilljewelry.com for more information. And we will see you all at 1 o'clock. All right, see you soon.